Headline: Sinwar is dead and the Guardians are alive. That's my whole day yesterday. It began during the program when I brought you the breaking news that Yahya Sinwar had been found and killed by the Israeli Defense Forces. That is the beginning of the day after Hamas, according to Benjamin Netanyahu. Of course, Joe Biden said something idiotic when he got to Berlin last night for a meeting. He said it is now is the time to move on. Move on towards a ceasefire in Gaza. Make sure that we move in a direction that we're going to be in a position to make things better for the world. Really sounds like Dana Carvey now. So that was kind of a nightmare. The president and the law of case applies. He's always wrong on national security. So if he says it's over, now's the time to push hard. Hats off to the Israelis. It has been a year and a week since the terrible massacre of 1,200 Israelis, the kidnapping of 250. First thing we should do today is pray for the 101, however many of them are alive, hostages, because Sinwar's crazy brother Muhammad, who is apparently just a sociopath of a greater order than his older brother was, is in control now, and he may do anything. He's been offered a way out. The Israelis have said there's nothing left but the rubble. We can keep bouncing it. We're going to destroy your tunnels, but we'll let you go. We'll let you leave like we let Arafat leave Lebanon after the first Lebanon war back in the 80s, but no word yet. There's nothing the United States can do about this. All we can do is shut up and keep the weapons going because Israel's knocked off Hanaya in Iran, in their Blair House in Iran. They've knocked off Yahya Sinwar, DF, the head of the combat side of Hamas. So the political leader, the military leader in the Strip, and the chief of staff of the military operations in the Strip. 20,000 Hamas fighters as well are dead. Gaza's in ruins, of course. This is everything that Hamas brought for Israel. And the Israelis are now methodically dissembling Hezbollah, having killed Nasrallah, his chief of staff, everyone on the Shura Council, everybody in the Radwan force, and now they're moving methodically at great cost. More than 350 IDF soldiers have been killed in Israel, and at least 11 have been killed, many other wounded in Lebanon. So don't look away from the grim realities. But the greatest danger right now is to the at least 50 hostages that are alive. And Israel will let everyone walk away who wants to get on a boat and go to Tehran. They need the hostages back. Pray for the hostages. Now about baseball. Donald Trump coming up. He gave a lot of fun remarks at the Al Smith dinner last night that Kamala Harris skipped because nobody liked Kamala Harris. People just don't like her. You cannot make her into a likable person. He was very gracious of Donald Trump when he was asked at the Univision Town Hall. So, well, she seems like a nice person. She's not likable. She's just not. And so the bottom's falling out. Trump is now ahead in the Real Clear Politics average of every swing state. He's now ahead. He's ahead in the futures market. All he has to do is finish strong. He did a great job at the Al Smith dinner last night. But I was watching the Guardians and the Yankees. Now, the Guardians went into game 3 of the American League Championship Series down 2-0. They had lost. They had to win last night. They had to win. And they were 3-1. They were up 3-1 going into the 7th. And Cade Smith had come down and mowed down 3. And then Hunter Gaddis showed up. And Gaddis was good for 2. But he walked somebody. So go to Class A, the killer, Wild Thing. And he gives up back-to-back taters. One of them had to go to Aaron Judge because my grandson will never. And I thought it was then at that point, 4-3, the Yankees had another run in the 8th, 5-3. I'm thinking it's over. I've turned off the TV in disgust, but then I turn it back on because, you never know. Big things happen. And they managed to get a base runner in the 9th. They're down 5-3. And Big Christmas, Johnsky Noel, his nickname is Big Christmas. He's a rookie. Comes up to the plate, cut number 24. Crazy. I'm thinking to myself, this can't be. We go to the 10th. Pedro Avila, of whom I have never heard. I've seen him in print. They added him to the roster. I've never seen him play. I don't know why they added him for the roster for the American League Championship Series. And I had texted one of my friends who's following me, I don't know who we're going to pitch. We're done. All of our relievers are done. They bring out Pedro Avila. Whoever he is, he looks like he's been drinking beer for 5 years and nothing else. He makes Mickey Lolich look like a myphdweightloss.com success story. So Pedro Avila, manages to set down the Yankees 1-2-3 in the 10th. And I'm thinking, we just got to get a run. We got to get a run. And sure enough, we get a single out of Jimenez, which is, next to impossible to imagine. And then up comes David Fry, he who saved the American League Divisional Series against the Tigers, cut 25. Memorable moment. What a great game. And Yankees fans, you can go sit on it. Now the Tribe's got to come back. I revert sometimes to Indians talk. The Guardians have got to come back. They're down 2-1. They got 2 more at home. Got to go back to Yankee Stadium and win one. But let's not get the cart ahead of the horse. Donald Trump, meanwhile, goes to New York to the Al Smith dinner. Cut number 13.
Tradition holds that I'm supposed to tell a few self-deprecating jokes this evening. So here it goes. Nope, I've got nothing. I've got nothing. There's nothing to say. I guess I just don't see the point of taking shots at myself when other people have been shooting at me for a hell of a long time and they shoot hard.
That, by the way, is pretty dang funny. Cut number 14.
It's a true pleasure to be with you this evening. Amazing pleasure. And these days, it's really a pleasure anywhere in New York without a subpoena for my appearance.
Cut number 15.
But if you really wanted Vice President Harris to accept your invitation, I guess you should have told her the funds were going to bail out the looters and rioters in Minneapolis, and she would have been here, guaranteed she would have been here. Guaranteed.
Cut number 16.
Campaigning can take a toll on a family and family life, although I hear that Kamala and her husband carve out some really beautiful alone time at the end of the day for an intimate dinner, just Doug, her, and a teleprompter that she uses quite well.
Cut number 17.
A major issue in this race is child care, and Kamala has put forward
Play cut 17. Don't play cut 17. Cut number 18.
There's a group called White Dudes for Harris. Have you seen this? White Dudes for Harris. Anybody know? Are some of you here? White Dudes for Harris. Doesn't sound like it. But I'm not worried about them at all because their wives and their wives' lovers are all voting for me. Everyone.
Cut number 19. Gotta remember, earlier this week, the scandal among Catholics in America is Gretchen Whitmer was mocking fun of Holy Communion. Cut number 19.
All polls are indicating I'm leading big with the Catholic vote, as I should be. But I don't think Kamala has given up yet. She hasn't. Instead of attending tonight, she's in Michigan receiving communion from Gretchen Whitmer.
Cut number 20.
I know Kamala's word because she spends a lot of time complaining. I won't agree to another debate. But the truth is I've debated twice this year, once against Joe Biden and once against David Muir of ABC.
And then one more, cut number 22.
Well, I'd better wrap up because Mayor Adams told me earlier that I needed to make this one very quick, especially the city has reserved this room for a large group of illegal aliens coming in from Texas. That's right. They've reserved many rooms.
The Al Smith dinner, Kamala Harris was too afraid to come. It's the first time a Democrat skipped since 1984. That Democrat was named Walter Mondale. And I think she's headed for a Mondale-like blowout. I want to say Donald Trump is a very funny and charming man, and you can get mad at him. I have. He's been mad at me. That's fine. Doesn't matter. I've been mad at my best friends before. But what a day yesterday. Sinwar dead, the Guardians alive, and Donald Trump on a roll.